Hey everybody, Ash here with Gents. So everybody else has been doing their summer top 10 list. I'm a little bit late, I guess. Anyway, let's get on with this. My top 10 designer fragrances for summer 2018. Got a couple of honorable mentions here, and I'm going to go through these fragrances as quick as I can because these videos always end up taking forever to edit. If any of these sound interesting to you, just check them out on Fragrantica or look up individual reviews. Just use this as kind of a jumping off point, I guess. Anyway, honorable mention number 1, Coach for men. Apparently this started to get some hype in the community. I'm kind of out of the loop a lot of the times when it comes to hype getting started. I did a review on this back last year. I know it's going to be considered generic to some people, but I like the way it smells. It's one of those versatile, people-pleasing, mass-appealing fragrances. It does have a more interesting note breakdown than your typical mass-appealing fragrance. It's got your typical ambroxan and grapefruit, but it also has pear, kumquat, and suede. Don't really hear of those notes getting combined all that often. The pear is really bright in the opening, mixes with that grapefruit. It's also got fresh lavender in here, and then your ambroxan backbone that you find on lots of current men's releases. It's a little bit like a mix of Invictus Aqua and Jimmy Choo Man, leaning closer to Jimmy Choo Man. It is solid stuff, and you can pick it up for a good price. Not too much bad to say about it. Coach for men. Second honorable mention is going to be this guy, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. This one picks up a fair amount of hate and a fair amount of love, mainly because this smells like Invictus Aqua. Some people love that, some people hate that. Runs about $30 US for a 100ml bottle, so this one's also a really good bang for buck. One thing I will say is that it doesn't have the strong ambroxan note that you'll find in Invictus Aqua. This one focuses a little more on woodsy notes and musk in the base. This is another mass appealing one with a very sweet grapefruit and aquatic notes in the opening. Dries down with lavender woods, musk, and some pink pepper. This is another soapy, fresh, clean, modern men's compliment getting type fragrance. Like I said, great bang for the buck. Some people are going to play or hate on it, but it smells good. Alright, let's get into this top 10. Number 10, Ferrari Bright Neroli. This one is from the Essence line of fragrances, which includes Bright Neroli, Pure Lavender, Noble Fig, and Radiant Bergamot. Of those four, this one's my favorite. This gets compared most often to Tom Ford Neroli Portofino, and in some ways it is like a more affordable designer version of that fragrance. Not the exact same, but close. Very soapy, bright, refreshing, clean opening. Mainly neroli citrus, so white flowers and citrus. And it really bangs on hot summer days. It smells great. It doesn't really change all that much from the opening to the dry down, but you do get some soft rosemary and vetiver that comes in the mid and base. Simplest way to describe this is that it's a longer lasting, better performing, much more affordable take on Neroli Portofino. Again, not the exact same, but similar feel. Ferrari actually makes tons of great scents on the cheap, and this is one of their best, especially in the summer. Number 10, Ferrari Bright Neroli. It's going to take me to number 9, which is the newest release in this list. It's Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Cologne Bleu. I'm not flipping you off. That's Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Cologne Bleu. Now, right off the bat, I want to let you guys know this is nothing revolutionary, but it's really not trying to be. And my wife really digs it. The opening of this one reminds me of Invictus Aqua. What a huge surprise. Just tons of fragrances inspired by that one at this point. But it's kind of like if you take the opening of Invictus Aqua, mix that with the original L'Homme and L'Homme Libre. So those three just all together. And this one I will review on its own very soon. It gives off basically a citrus clean semi-shower gel kind of vibe. It dries down to a woodsy, clean, masculine base with C notes throughout from the opening to the dry down. This one I'm mainly wearing because it's new and it's a summer type fragrance. Regardless, it's going to make my list at number 9. That's going to take me to number 8, which is not one that I would really consider a specific summer fragrance, but I'm still going to wear it anyway. It's this guy, Azzaro Chrome Pure. I actually got this not too long ago. The main reason I'm going to be wearing it is because I was really impressed by the way it smells, and I actually like it a lot. And this is going to be heavier than pretty much everything on this list. So this is the one that I would consider the least refreshing or bright, whatever you want to call it. And this is a little bit like a combination of lots of other designer fragrances put into one bottle. So we're talking Lacoste White, Invictus, even a little bit of Allure Homme Edition Blanche, all put into this bottle. It has a very creamy orange opening. It does come across a little bit fresh in the opening, and it has a great smelling, woodsy, musky, aquatic feel throughout. This one smells really, really nice for the price, like I just said, because you can pick Azzaro Chrome up on the cheap, and pretty much all of its flankers. And where this one has been out for a little bit, you can pick it up cheap now as well. Performance on this one also is very good, one of the best performing ones of this whole bunch. So yeah, a little bit heavy when it's really really hot out, but really good performance at a really good price. Smells really nice. The quality is much higher than you would expect. Azzaro Chrome Pure. That's going to take me to number 7, which is not too much of a surprise for most summer designer lists. Le Male Popeye Eau Fraiche. Realistically though, you can get any of the Le Male Fraiche fragrances. There are a few different bottle designs at this point, but it's the same fragrance. It's got a fresh, clean clothes kind of opening, or it smells like clean clothes, I should say. It's got lots of mint in the opening and that infamous bubblegum note, a bubblegum type smell, and it has a sweet vanilla tonka dry down. This one's a compliment beast, a compliment magnet. I don't really need to tell you that again, even though I just did, because you've probably heard that in 50 different YouTube videos by now. It is a little bit sweet, so some of the older guys out there may not really go for this one. This one's very easy to wear in the summer, very versatile, works great in warm weather. Not too much else to say that hasn't already been said. Le Male Eau Fraiche. Well, that's going to take me to number 6, which is a real summer classic at this point, at least in my opinion. Mugler Cologne. Really like that green color. It's dope. The Rolly Bergamot Petitgrain. Those are the main notes here. This one is really well known for just being super soapy, fresh, and clean, which it should be, as Mugler based this off of a soap that he smelled when he was on vacation in Morocco. Or so the story goes. But it really does pull off that green soapy feel to perfection. This is basically a budget version of Creed's original vetiver. And honestly, with how good this is, you really don't even need to pay the price that original vetiver goes for. This is one that you can spray on after you get out of the shower, and it's really going to extend that soapy clean feeling and just have you smelling great. Like I said, really fresh, semi-citrus green opening, very soapy, with a clean white musk dry down. This will have you smelling like a boss. You can pick it up for a decent price online through discounters. You can even get a huge bottle like I've got here. Number 6, Mugler Cologne. Alright, number 5, this one is a classic for me. It's one that I've worn for years and years, and one that I'm planning on wearing more this upcoming summer, at least more than I have in the recent past. This guy, Versace pour Homme. This one is a little bit similar to Chanel Allure Homme Sport, only much more affordable. Has a big, fresh citrus opening that smells great, and a sweet woodsy dry down. Very, very nice, and this one was my dumb reach for quite some time when I was younger. Basically, anytime I would go to work or I wanted to grab something sprayed on without thinking about it, I reached for a bottle of this. Because it's very versatile, very people-pleasing, it's hard to find anybody that dislikes this one. Safe for work, safe for casual encounters, you could even wear this on dates. Just an awesome warm weather fragrance and a great bang for the buck. This one you can pick up very cheap at discounters. Don't go to Sephora or anything like that and pay full retail. Versace fragrances are always really cheap online, unless they're brand new. Total summer classic in my opinion. Versace pour Homme smells great. We're up to number 4, and this one is super cheap. Cheapest one on the list. Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Barts. At one point in time, this was getting hyped a lot. You'd see lots of people talking about it on groups. There were videos being made about it. That was in the past, but I still like to wear it now. I'm going on vacation really soon, gonna be hitting up the beach, and this one's gonna be making the trip with me. This is one of my favorite beachwear fragrances. It is ultra stupid cheap. You can find this at TJ Maxx and Ross's. Gets compared to a budget version of Creed Virgin Island Water. It's not really a clone of that scent, but they do have a similar kind of vibe. It's got lime, tequila, salt, and sea notes, just to give you an idea of the feel that this one goes for. This is one that I spray on like I'm a cheap hoe. Like I get this and just load it down. I'm talking I'll hit myself with 15 sprays of this, because it doesn't really last all that long, but it's so cheap it doesn't matter. Just spray it on like crazy. Take a bath in it. Opens with citrus and a green tropical feel, dries down to a fresh, almost creamy kind of base. You got sea notes throughout. Some people even say they pick up coconut from this. It just smells really nice. Obviously it's a cheapie, so I mean don't go into this expecting something that's gonna blow you away and change your world. But as a tropical aquatic that you can pick up for next to nothing, one that you can spray on like crazy and you don't have to worry about offending anybody, this one's a killer. Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Barts. Gonna be getting some serious wear this summer from me. Alright, top 3. We're in the home stretch. Banana Republic 78 Vintage Green from their Icon collection. This is my favorite from the Icon collection, and honestly this is a really solid set of fragrances from Banana Republic. It's got notes of green tea, bergamot, orange, and fig, so it switches things up a little bit. Don't see green tea and fig together in too many fragrances. Very green, bright, fresh, uplifting, and again quality much higher than you would expect from a mall clothing store. Not the exact same, but it's going to give you a similar feel to Hermes, Un Jardin sur le Nil, or even original vetiver. It's pretty linear, doesn't change too much from the opening to the dry down, and it does have a little bit of sweetness to go along with the greenness and the green tea note. The green tea note mixing with the fig and citrus just works great in summer, great in high heat. Banana Republic 78 Vintage Green. If you ever make it into a Banana Republic that carries the Icon line of fragrances, make sure to give this one a smell. Gonna take me to number 2, John Varvatos Artisan Pure. This one's been talked about a lot recently. It's gotten a lot of hype, and in my opinion, it is warranted. This thing smells great. Opening is very similar to Neroli, as I've said numerous times by this point, even though Neroli is not an official note. So in that opening, it does have similarities to Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. Again, not the exact same, but similar. Very fresh and clean, ultra high quality opening to my nose. Dry down has musk and woodsy notes, with some of the residual Neroli and petitgrain from the opening and mid carrying through. To my nose, the opening is the best part. It smells great. Lots of people have said it smells almost of niche quality. If you're looking for a citrus, white flower kind of opening that packs a lot of punch, a lot of freshness, check this one out. Performance-wise, it seems to be kind of a mixed bag. Some people get really good performance. Some people report that their performance is not so good. Personally, I get above average, and I will take that every day of the week. This one smells awesome. I've covered it in recent videos, so I'm not going to speak too much more on it. Number 2, Varvatos Artisan Pure. Going to take me to number 1, probably not a huge surprise, because this one is just one of the quintessential summer fragrances. Just smells great. Even the bottle just screams to me summer. Dior Homme Cologne. This one gets comparisons to Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne and Jimmy Choo Man Ice. The opening smells like an iced lemonade. Very, very, very fresh. It almost has a cooling effect when you spray it on. It chills you out, potentially in more ways than one. When it's really hot out, spray this on. It's gonna have you smelling refreshing and you're going to feel refreshed. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Dry down is a sweet, light musk, and that's one of the main issues here. It turns light really quickly. Performance on me is not so great. Doesn't last all that long, doesn't project all that much, but it just smells so good that I really don't give an F, because I'm gonna keep wearing it anyway. Sure, the performance sucks, but you can spray it on really heavy. Take a decant with you if you have to. Nobody is ever going to be offended by that fragrance. Spray it on as much as you want. You're gonna be smelling great. There we go, my number 1, Dior Homme Cologne. Iced lemonade opening, sweet musky dry down, basically just citrus and musk, but done perfectly. The only thing that sucks is the performance, but I overlook that because of how good it smells to me. There we go, my summer top 10 list. Let me know in the comments some of your favorite fragrances that you'll be wearing this summer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.